This is Big Dreams, Small Pockets, a business and lifestyle podcast where we take you on our journey of making our dreams a reality. Ashhole is a full-time entrepreneur with a specialization in digital marketing, and Velly works a 9-to-5 job while managing her businesses on the side. If you want tips, tricks, and a good laugh, keep listening. Whether you're new or you've been listening from day one, we thank you for tuning in and ask you to share our podcast with your friends and business partners. Without further ado, let's get right to it. Hey guys!
Wow.
It's Velly.
It's Ashhole.
And welcome back to another episode of
Big Dreams, Small Pockets. Today we're going to get into a few things about hustling for baby boomers.
Yes.
Y'all know who y'all are. I don't know like the demographic of who listens to us, but this is for y'all with my mother in mind, honestly.
Yeah, and this is for just if you know anyone in your life who needs, another hustle.
Yeah, because, like, not to say only retired people, but people get bored.
Right.
In a certain time in their life. So I feel like they don't know that they have different outlets and can do things. So we're here to let you know you can still do whatever you want to do. Get some little cash on the side.
Any age.
Yep.
And this episode is specifically curated for people, from the,
that age range of, I think it's 54 to 76.
Yeah, with fluidity. Like, it doesn't have to be that tight, number.
Yeah, no, but y'all know who y'all are.
Right.
Generation baby boomers.
And if you're not part of the baby booming generation,
you can still do this.
Right.
Yeah.
You like what you hear, still do it.
Y'all can still do these little side hustles.
Right. It's for everybody at this point.
Let's get right into it. Do you have any updates or high lows that you want to give?
Any lows? I don't think I have any lows right now.
That's always a beautiful thing.
Yeah, I have lows, but no lows are necessarily coming to my head where I've been dwelling on. I've been trying not to dwell on any of my lows.
Okay. Well, let me switch the question then, since I feel like you have no lows. Would you like to give any hair tips?
Any hair tips? Yo, y'all, I just did this spray on my head. No. I would not recommend you do it if you're going out.
Well, we're not about to tell them that that's a hair tip. Y'all know what she did in her car?
What you mean?
That's not a hair tip.
All right. So as y'all know, rice water is great for hair growth, for thickness, for detangling. It's just really a great thing overall. If your hair is protein sensitive, beware because it's a high in protein kind of thing.
Right.
I personally like to spray it in my scalp once every couple of days. Some people like to wash it out. Because I spray it in my scalp, I don't necessarily get it on all of my hair, and it doesn't. And I let it, last for a couple of days. So I soaked rice water with onions because onions is really good for your scalp. It's really, really good for your scalp. And a little bit of orange, an orange peel for scent. I sprayed that onto my scalp, and baby boy, was that bad. I smell. It was not a tip. It's something I realized I shouldn't have done before going out. And so in the car, I was driving here. I'm like, yo, I smell my hair.
Yo,
this is not okay. So I had to spray perfume and stuff on my hair, and it smells better now. But my hair is gonna grow. But do that in your own house at your leisure when you're not going out, when you don't have a date, because you're gonna be onion head late.
Nah, yo. Great mixture, bad timing.
Yes.
Excellent mixture.
Honestly, it's a tip, guys. Let it soak for overnight, 24 to 72 hours.
Oh.
And spray it in your scalp. If you want, you can spray it in your whole hair, let it sit for a bit, and then wash it out, as Ash does. Or, because I have braids in my hair, my scalp is easily accessible, which is why I want to take advantage of it. Spray in your roots every couple of days and let it go. I thought he was putting his hand over his nose. Like, that's what that was.
No, I can't smell it now. So the perfume definitely worked.
Yeah.
I can't smell it.
Yeah.
No, but rice water stinks, guys. I hate rice water.
It's onion flavored rice water.
Listen, even the regular one, I use it as a detangler and I live by it. That thing, I use it as a pre-poo, like a pre-shampoo. I love it. It's amazing for my hair. Once you wash it out, your hair just feels like it's on cloud 9, and you ain't even put conditioner in it yet. But that thing stink. You better be ready for that smell
But the tip is the onion edition. Everyone, they went on YouTube and they saw the rice water. That's just that. But add a little onion and boom.
Oh,
you got a super
I
potion.
I be mixing my thing up, so I put some aloe chunks in it sometimes.
Ooh,
now.
Yes.
And I always put the little oils in it. So it's whatever I find in my closet.
Just go in your kitchen, bro.
Yeah.
Honestly, just go in your kitchen, mix some stuff up, and put it as a mask. I promise you just did something great to your hero. That's my tip.
But don't go outside like that.
No, don't be like me. I'm struggling so you can learn. I am your test dummy. Yeah. So that's the very long hair tip of the day.
Oh goodness.
What about you? You got anything?
A tip I would say is don't bite your nails. Don't bite the skin around your nails, please. It's very disgusting. I guess that's like an overall tip. That's my whole spiel, my shtick.
Cover your mouth when you sneeze and cough, please, and thank you.
No, we just had a whole conversation about this with Jack. Like it's something that's nasty. We all know it's poor manners. It especially in close quarters, guys. There's a lot of diseases going out right now. It's bad. So please be conscious of the people around you and yourself. Use a mask if you know you don't know how to cover your mouth.
Please and thank you.
Your little kids spreading that hands, feet, and mouth.
Wash your hands.
Let these little kids know.
Sanitizer is not soap. I'm going to repeat it one more time. Sanitizer is not soap. Now, please sanitize if you don't got soap. But if you have soap, if you are in a room with soap and water, please use it and then sanitize.
Actually,
and then lotion.
I heard, so my friend was telling me that.
Do you sanitize them?
No, you can. You can. That's perfectly fine, that tip. But my friend was telling me that when you're washing your hands, you're supposed to do it for a specific length of time.
Say happy birthday twice.
Yep.
You're supposed to say happy birthday twice.
That's how long you're supposed to wash your hands. That's how long you're supposed to wash your hands for, to make sure all of the germs, or as much germs as possible, can be off. You're supposed to rinse, scrub under your nails, get all that stuff, singing happy birthday twice in your head. So make sure y'all do that.
But yeah. I just want them to start with soap and water. It's too many times. Let me tell you something. So I work out in my work bathroom, right? That's a different story for a different day. So I be silently waiting for somebody to leave. And there's been like a good couple times where that water barely go on. And before they out the door, all I hear is, sir, you didn't turn on the faucet. Like it barely touched the thing before you even left outside. No, honestly, it's disgusting. So please, let's start with soap and water. Then start singing happy birthday and then sanitize. Like,
listen, people barely
cover your mouth.
People barely have time to even think when they're in the bathroom sometimes.
They can cover their mouth.
Oh, for a fact.
That's,
for a fact. Like, if you don't, who raised you?
And on top of it, I was telling Ash, I'm very dramatic. So if I see you sneeze or cough with your mouth uncovered, I will make you know that I know that that's disgusting. I will be dramatic. I will start, who is it? Is it even? Yeah. I'll start acting a fool because I need you to know that was unacceptable. You can't be going around doing that. You cannot.
See, I'm not that bold, guys.
I am when it comes to that. In other manners, I'm not. But this, or I adjust. You adjust your seat.
You stiff up yourself in your face. That's what it is.
Honestly, I usually put my jacket over me. I do a little flip, oof. All right.
Extra.
Yeah, because you need to see that what you did was not acceptable. You can't do that.
Right. No. Oh my goodness.
Whatever.
No, please don't.
We digress.
Yeah, don't mind us. Let's get into this topic.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm a little.
No, it's fine.
On the edge right now.
So basically, this topic was formulated in my mind because my mom and my dad they're in this weird phase in their life right now where they just feel like they're retired. They're not really sure what they want to do with themselves. They don't want to work. And I'm like, yo, your life is not over because you're 60 plus years old. Like, you can still do stuff. Like, look at all these people. Betty White is 99 years old. This lady is in everything. Movies, commercials. Mm-hmm. Like, she was just in a Super Bowl commercial or something like that. Like,
always.
Like, this lady, she is getting things done and using every speck of life she has. Like, I feel like because, I think my mom personally over compensates for the fact that she is like older, her legs hurt, you know, she's
Mhm.
not as tech savvy as the kids today.
Mhm.
And I really wanted to formulate some things for people that feel like they can't do much
Mhm.
and are not tech savvy. You still have plenty to do. Your life not over, and there's something out there for you.
Yeah, I also think that once you reach a certain age, a lot of people tend to think like, that's it.
Yeah.
You know, I can't be a business owner, or I can't do this thing on the side, or
I've served
can't.
my time. My kids are grown. I don't need to do this.
So, you know, like at that point, you have to realize, like Ash said, there's no right time.
Yeah.
You know,
Just
anytime
do
is
it.
your time. And these are a lot of the suggestions we are going to give out are, you know, more so low impact.
Yeah.
Where you
Very
don't have
much
to
so.
physically exert too much of yourself, because let's be honest, at getting older, you don't, all that energy,
You don't have
you
it
don't
no
have
more.
it. Nor so you don't want to give it out on certain things. Like you don't want to, you know, you
Ain't
don't
that
be
the
running
truth?
around doing this, doing that. You did that when you were younger.
Yeah.
And if you still are doing it, more power to you. But this is, you know, for people who want a little low impact.
Yeah, settling in, calming down. Like, this is something that I feel like you could use with all of the knowledge you've obtained in your long years, and it's still low impact for you. The first thing I wanted to talk about was used car dealers.
Yes.
So, my dad is a cab driver. He knows all about cars. He loves cars and all that other stuff. But in his old age, you know, you can't really sit in a car for 8 hours at a time. Like, you know, you can't do that anymore. And Uber is not for him. Like, he always says it, like, if you're not an Uber driver, you can't get no business anymore, which I can see is true. There's a huge decline for like the yellow cab business now. Like, it's not as big as it used to be. A medallion used to be $1 million. It used to be worth $1 million back in the day if you owned the yellow cab.
Wow.
Now, who cares about it?
Right.
Everything is on the app. So, like, it's really stressful for people like that who feel like they're getting phased out. But I was like, you know what? Why don't you do something with a friend, or even do something by yourself? Be a used car dealer. So I found stuff online where it's really, really simple to get a license to be a dealer.
Yeah.
And then you can show up at car dealer auctions. So these auctions are where you're getting perfectly used, or like really, really like new cars for dirt cheap.
Yeah.
Dirt cheap. I'm talking $800 for
I've been to a couple. Yeah. It goes so fast too.
No, but the ones that you've been to were probably the regular auctions.
No, the person we went to had the dealer.
He had the dealer
license.
Yeah.
And I have a friend, her boyfriend has the dealership license, so that's how he was making money on the side.
Yep.
By buying cars and reselling it for cheaper, and that's, you know, a way that she got her car as well, because he helped her get it for a cheaper value because of his dealership license. Exactly. So that is honestly really useful, even if you don't want to make it a full-blown business.
Yeah, you don't
just
need
having that license.
You don't need a whole
business. If you want to get a car yourself, if you spend that little bit of money, you can save yourself thousands of dollars in the long run.
And the license isn't expensive. So there's a service online where they get you the license. They make an LLC for you in Arkansas, which is pretty much a really flexible LLC. I've been told that one you can use across all of the United States and it still be valid. Basically, the dealer, you have the dealership, you get like 2 or 3 plates. So if you have 2 or 3 of those cars, you decide to buy them with a partner or just for yourself, you can sell them and you can make a huge profit on them, because at the end of the day, everybody looking for a car. Yeah. You know, something like that. I feel like it's simple enough for someone that's chilling, like someone that's retired or not looking for a lot to do. That is something you could do. Yeah. You know, you don't necessarily have to, like, you could use old methods to do new things. Like, you don't necessarily have to have anything up on the internet or post something. You could put up a poster board on the side of a street, or a busy street, you know, like one of those main roads. Like, I know nowadays, I drive on flatlands, I see nothing but poster boards up. We buy diabetic strips. We sell cars. We teach you how to wholesale homes. Like, I see the works. And that's just little old Brooklyn. He lives in Connecticut. So who knows all the different spots he could put that out. So I feel like that's something that any older person could look into, is getting a used car dealership license. Another thing would be interior decorating. My mom, guys, this is her hobby, her passion, and her life. She literally buys all these different things for the house and just decides that this is it. She's gonna change this. My house goes by seasons. If you're Caribbean, then you know, like, your house changes with the seasons.
It changes with the weather, yeah.
It changes with the weather. So I feel like that's something that she could really get some money off of.
Yeah.
Helping other people with their homes, helping other people get into different things, buy new things. She don't even have to actually do the manual physical labor. She could just do the part that she likes, which is the shopping.
The walking around, yeah.
Imagine somebody pay you to shop. That's a job, guys. Like, that's something that you can definitely try to get into. So, and interior decorating nowadays, you don't need a license for.
You just need one client.
Yo,
to
word of mouth.
Somebody else.
Neighbors. People and the thing about my mom, our house would be a showcase.
It's a beautiful house.
I love
going to her house.
Oh, thank you. No, I'm telling you, she takes that to heart. Like, when people say that.
Going to her house.
And another thing she takes to heart is that the house is always done up. Any time of the day, whether it be the middle of the night, 12 a.m., or the middle of the day, 4 p.m., the house looks great.
All day, every day.
So if someone wants to come in, it would always look like that. Like, I've had people come into the house and say, wow, this is like a museum. Like, this is like the high praises that she gets. And she feels like she can't really do nothing with it. But I'm for sure telling her that you can get clients through hitting up people on Yellow Pages. You can stage furniture stores. You can stage different places and get paid for it. Like, this service is definitely needed. So if you're into those kind of things, if you're artsy, or if you feel like you have something like that, I think it's something for you. Interior decorating.
And honestly, what she needs to start doing is taking pictures of how it looks when she sets it up.
She has
based
pictures.
On the season.
It's all up on her WhatsApp every time she changes the table.
She needs to print them out and save them, because now if you're going into a furniture store, the furniture store can see that you can change by season.
Yep.
Which is perfect for them, so they can market based on which season they want.
Exactly.
And saying that right now, I don't think a lot of furniture stores do that, but that would be a really good idea, because if I'm looking for stuff in the fall, I have a fall mentality.
Exactly.
You know, you're looking for a fall
colors.
setup. You're looking for that, yeah.
And I'm telling you, that's her. We got a Easter bunny soap dish right now, guys. Goodness. This is not a game. Her detailing is out of this world.
I'm telling you, that store, the Christmas tree shops from my house.
I can't bring her there. She gonna lose her whole check.
If mommy wasn't stopped by us, she would be doing that. Yeah. But we refuse to have her do it.
Yeah.
We refuse it. You see the blue for Christmas?
Yo, I love it.
Disgusting. It's not disgusting in terms of like how it looks. It's beautiful, but they get so obsessed sometimes, and it's just like, oh my goodness. Like, 1 minute it was calm, next minute it was
too much.
It's like, wow.
No, yeah, my mom,
But that's a great idea.
No, she know that she has a talent for it and a knack for it, but she's stopping herself. So I'm just here to tell y'all that you don't have to be that person to stop yourself. Do it, try it out, and there's no loss, absolutely no loss. It's a service business, so you're not putting up any money for it. Another thing I would offer if I was in that age bracket is starting a home health aid like connection group.
Yeah.
People learn from other people and just decide to put other people on. Like, I know so many people that have gotten their jobs just based off
somebody else.
Yeah, referrals, word of mouth. And as an older person, they're only gonna trust like people that's been vetted. Like, these agencies nowadays, they don't take care of you the way that you think they are. Mm-hmm. So and me personally, I love old people. Like, I'm always in nursing homes. I'm always in those kind of things. So like, I know when I hear them talk, what they're looking for, what they're doing. So if I was in that age bracket, honestly, and even now I could probably still do it, I would do a connection service. I would connect a home health aide that I know who's working with a client.
Yeah, I have a family member who that's her new business now. Mm-hmm. So she went from being a home health aide, built up her clientele, and she still works with a company,
of course,
for her 2 clients. But because she's just a charming person, but because she did that, she was able to connect with someone else who now she has people working for her.
Yep. So
now she is working. She gets paid and she distributes the money. Yep. She creates a schedule and she provides them their services. So now she is her own
agency.
Kind of. Yeah. She is her own agency, and she's getting her she's getting her business cards. She's getting all of that set up. So that is definitely a great route. And that's a flexible job.
Yeah.
If you're able to, you know what? A lot of times when you do come up here to America, that is often a starter position.
Of course.
That's often the position that, you don't need too much certification for. You don't need too much training in. It's just
everybody know how to take care of
somebody,
elderly. That's something that you do in the family. So why not get paid for it?
So, and then once you're in it for a while, you can, like you said, bring people in, and you become the person. You take a chunk of how much they make.
Yep.
And there you go. And once you have someone, it all spreads by word of mouth. A lot of these positions spread best by word of mouth. Another suggestion would be taxes.
Yeah.
So I also know someone within that age range who learned how to do taxes years ago. It's honestly not difficult, and they do it through H&R Block. That's the funniest part about it.
See?
They just input the numbers for people. But because the sound of taxes scare people, they think, I don't know what are all these numbers, what are ones, zeros, like where am I putting these things?
Yeah.
All you need to do is really go through the whole tax documentation.
Have them
really know what
calculate their stuff.
Really know what each one means and what you would plug certain values in for what. And you get their certification online. Now, the IRS is actually taking taxes off of the people who does the taxes.
Really?
So he wasn't getting taxed for all these years.
It's like a deduction, but they take the whole thing off.
No, he now get taxed, so that's why he stopped doing it as often, because he got taxed, and he's retired. So he was like, okay, now this has turned into a real big business, so I don't really necessarily want that. But even still, you can still do it for people
on the side, and make some
and
extra
the licensing
coin.
is not the certification is really not that difficult. And like I said, he got it done through H&R Block. And I see him whenever he puts it in, he always has the documentation and calculates the numbers. And once you're a reoccurring client, he just changes numbers in certain places, and that's how it's generated. So now he's not necessarily even doing the actual taxes. He's just inputting numbers, and he was getting, I think, maybe $200 per person. Yeah, and he had a decent amount. So, that's a good side business. He was doing that even before he retired. Exactly. So that's another good suggestion in terms of a side business to do. And it doesn't take a lot. It doesn't take you having to learn computers, the ins and out of computers. You just got to know how to just use this site, got to know how to input these numbers, and got to know what you're reading. Make sure you know what you're doing. So do the research, do the studying.
Get the certification, because that's important.
Yeah. No, that's people's money. But, with that way, you're also helping other people get, more money back in their pockets rather than giving someone else who was going to charge them twice what you're charging.
Yep. Because, listen, the tax guy, they making money.
So
you could get that money, too. You could for sure get that money, too. This was piggybacking off of the home health aid thing. Adult daycares.
Yeah.
Like the daytime, having events for them, little thingies. When I was younger, I went to a summer day camp, whatever, in someone's house. She literally tricked out her whole house. And she had like a daycare license or a certificate or something like that. But she had I want to say 15, 16 kids. Because her house was 2 floors plus a basement and front and backyard. She tricked out the whole place just for it. And she was in this age bracket. She literally knew everything she was doing. Shout out to Miss Marielle. She was awesome. And her daughter. But they made this house specific for daycares. They had an educational section. They had the lunch section. They had the baby section for just the smaller toddlers and stuff like that. Yeah. You can do something like that if you have the space and if you really just want something that's in-house. It's not hard at all to do. And I feel like for adults, it's even easier because it's you have to manage them less. They can't really run nowhere, not like little kids. You can't.
Some of them, at least.
Oh, man. Stuff like that, I feel like is dope.
Piggybacking off of that, I know someone who is younger, but now thinking about it, you can definitely do it at an older age. She doesn't have any certifications, and she takes care of people with autism.
Oh, okay.
But you can work with people with higher function in autism.
Yeah.
And, going one step further with a lot of these services that you're providing with people services, I recently just had to get malpractice insurance because, I'm working with people now, so I have to do therapy sessions. So I can't be sued.
So you paying for that?
But I got a student rate. So I just pay $40 for malpractice insurance, and I'm covered for a year.
Okay, good.
But they have another rate if you're just your own person. So look into those kind of insurances. I forgot the specific name. I think the actual insurance that I am covered under is for like therapy, for therapists. However, there's a lot of insurance will provide you with like a year time service of malpractice insurance, just in case something happens. So if you're doing a lot of this service with people, make sure you go and you get that insurance. It sounds scarier to think, oh, malpractice insurance. That sounds like it's expensive. How do I do that? I have to have all these licensing. You do not. I do not have an official license, but I was able to purchase it as a student. And people are able to purchase it as an individual, especially if you're working with other people. This is what I would strongly recommend, because you do not need anyone turning on you for anything that you purposely didn't do in the first place, you know?
I have something for that as well. Like, this isn't for older adults, but just in general for people working service jobs for other people. Personal trainers. When I was 18, I was very interested in being a personal trainer, so I did all the research for it and all that stuff. You can also get liability insurance.
Yes.
So, like, if your gym doesn't provide it for you, you can get it personally on yourself for anybody that you train. I was planning on doing specific classes, general classes, and traveling personal trainer. So I would meet you in your home. So you can cover yourself that way as well. That's another cool, dope side hustle. You can get a decent amount of money because you're setting your own rates and hours. And you can also get affiliate marketing stuff with that, because if they're buying equipment off of your links and stuff like that. Yeah, but liability insurance is also something you could look into.
And they're cheap. They're really not as expensive as you may make them out to be. So I don't think you're going to get it for $40, but, you know.
No, I think
compared
it was like
to
$120.
Yeah, you know. Yeah. So that's still not an expensive rate where it covers you for an extended period of time.
Right.
And you know if something was to happen, you're covered. That gives you a lot of comfortability and a lot of wiggle room to make sure that you're good.
Yeah.
You know, because in any service, anything that you do, which is a paid employment, you have to watch yourself. You have to CYA. Cover your ass.
Nice.
You know? Sorry, I didn't know if you know it.
No, I didn't. I didn't know it. Another thing I would definitely recommend is Carvertise. It's something where you kind of, if you own a car or have your own car, you basically promote somebody's business or brand on your car. So if you don't mind how your car look, I personally wouldn't do this right now, but if I'm 60, I think my mind will change. My tune will change.
Going to the grocery store.
Yeah, I don't give a damn if Red Bull's on my car.
Right.
But that is another way to get money. You driving around with your car already, you don't even realize you can make money off of it. That could pay all your gas for the month. That could pay, like, I'm not too sure on the rates, and I think they vary depending on the company, but you can advertise another company with your car. Like dollar vans do it. If you see those huge stickers on the side of a dollar van for random stuff like Bowflex, is because they're paying that driver to use their car.
I agree. While you were talking, I was also thinking about, let's just take it back one step. I'm gonna do the basic things such as crocheting, like quilts, like blankets, hats, scarves, all of it. It's a lost gem getting these things from your grandparents. I have a friend who gets it all the time from her grandparents, and to me they're just extremely valuable. But people pay more for things that are handmade, especially when they know it's handmade. You know, especially when they can connect with who made it. You know, so
sell it at church, guys.
Yeah,
walk around with it.
Yeah, and on top of it, like, you can sell it on, you can have someone help you, or sell it on, like, Etsy.
Oh, of course.
It's
a huge
baby blanket.
Huge market
These
on
are
Etsy.
Things you can sell.
That's something if you got grandkids, or if you got someone that's willing to, the patience to help you out.
Right.
That on Etsy, you will make a killing.
Or even on Instagram. If, Etsy's a little too much, you can post a picture, DM me for prices.
See, I feel like really Instagram is pushing it.
Really?
I tried to teach my mom Instagram.
I feel like it's so much more simple than Etsy.
Oh, no, I was comparing to WhatsApp, because that's the social media she uses. She cannot use Instagram.
Okay, well, if you're able to use Instagram,
Facebook give her anxiety. Too many people watch her profile. I'm telling y'all, if you got a parent at home or someone at home, please talk to them about today's how we get around today, because don't leave them left behind. They should know about what's going on in today's world. At least know
the basics.
Yeah, let them know how to use their stuff, how to text, how to make sure that you always can connect with them. Because they get lonely. They get real lonely if they don't have it. So
another thing is, I haven't exactly figured out how you can make money off of it, but we were recently talking about the knowledge we're about to lose. You know, just certain information that our grandmothers, grandfathers, just older heads know that we don't know.
Yeah.
A lot of information is passed through storytelling, and a lot of the times we're not receiving that information anymore. But, you know, the baby boomer generation, that's the last of this really knowledgeable generation in certain aspects, in certain, you know,
wisdom.
Yeah,
we're gonna lose all that if we don't take advantage of
how
it.
to
while
make
we have
certain
it.
things, just how to live a certain way,
how to read a map, guys.
Right? yeah.
Maybe this is just a personal thing. But I know somebody. He's not in the baby boomers age range, but he learned from that era.
Yeah, that's
he can tell where he is from the constellation in the skies. Like.
That's him. That's him.
No, it's people.
That's him. He's great.
He is great, but there's people that learn that. There's people that actually practice that.
My mom can't tell you that. I don't think that's a baby boomers thing. That's just a specific people.
You don't think his grandmother, grandpa?
I don't think that how my grandmother could have ever looked up in the sky
and said, "I'm in New York."
Right. No,
from the Big Dipper's location.
I really don't think so. I'm not like. I would love to give her all that credit.
It's a him.
No.
Oh, your grandma, yeah.
Wherever she may be.
Yeah.
You know, I really, really love to give her all that credit. No. But I don't think that's a thing she knows. So that person got it.
We gotta wrap him up in plastic wrap.
No, please.
He's a gem. But protect him.
Yeah, like thinking about it now, if I was to have when I said my grandmother, she's dead, but if I was to have a grandmother or just someone around me that has all that knowledge, I have my mom, so I should utilize her.
Yep.
You can make a profit off of it. These are like do you remember Aunt Fifi? Aunt Fifi, may she rest in peace.
Yeah.
Her videos on YouTube were so great because she was just passing on her knowledge of how she made certain foods. And not only was she funny, but she was just adding an extra kick. Like you wanted to eat her food when she was done. Mm-hmm. You know, have your parents or your grandparents just record them just doing certain things or telling certain stories. And honestly, you can make profit off of these things. I'm telling you, because these stories are soon gone.
That's true. Honestly, like I do take for granted the fact that my mom is around and she can just throw down and whip something up with literally the bare minimals. Minimal, yeah. The bare minimals of what's in my fridge. And I personally can't because I can't cook.
Right.
But I know that I would love for some of those things to be passed down.
Over. No, I'm coming over.
Yeah, no.
So we've decided I'm going to learn. I'm going to learn
Haitian food. Cause
I'm going to learn it all. And then when I come, I could do it with Ash.
You could do it for me.
Be with that.
I've attempted. We're not going to get into my L's of cooking. I would say another thing would be Airbnb without the app.
Yeah.
For a lot of people.
Be careful with that one, though.
Why? You can't do it?
Especially without the app.
Yeah.
No, without the app is when it gets
tricky.
Yeah.
No, this is where
app provides the
safety
to kick them out in the most appropriate way.
So maybe Airbnb is the wrong example. I would say rent a room.
Yeah.
So it's something like that, which is word of mouth. You're doing it by referral as well, like what we were talking about. Some people are lucky enough to still own property, and especially if you're a baby boomer in these places like Brooklyn or something like that. That's why I said Airbnb, because everybody trying to be
the rent-controlled apartments.
The rent-controlled apartments and stuff like that. So you renting a room to a family member or a college student that you know of.
That's good.
You know, something like that. That's another source of income for you. Get your groceries paid for the month, honestly.
And those food vans. I'm sorry, when you were talking, it came to my head.
That's fine.
So I went to a party recently for New Year's, and right outside the party had these Trinis park up in their minivan, and they had corn soup waiting right outside the event.
So
when I tell you,
smart.
You know how much money they made? They just came out right outside the event. We done finished whining, jumping, sweating.
You're tired and you're hungry after a party.
And it was an all-inclusive party.
Oh, but
the party's done. You come outside into the cold weather and you saw a van with corn soup.
Yo.
First of all, corn soup is delicious. Second of all, the fact that they knew where to provide. Now, if you don't have to you don't have to open up your whole restaurant. You don't have to do all of that. But if you just have a van, you cook enough food for, let's say, 50 people, you charge $10 a cup. Come on now. Come on. Look at that pocket change. You got your light bill paid, and you got your hair and toes with a little extra 40 in your pocket.
When I tell you supply and demand is not something we invented.
Events.
We did not invent this stuff, because that right there.
Right. Be careful though, because you do need selling permits for certain things.
Which is super easy to attain.
That is true. See, once you have that, you're good.
Like, I honestly didn't know how easy it was, because in my mind, I love the beach. So I was thinking to myself in the summer times, like whenever I go there, I wanted to sell stuff on the beach. So I'm like, how do I go about doing this?
Cool snacks.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah, or the like the alcohol. If there's a beach party, I can sell like the alcohol pops or something like that. I looked into it. Juices, the Capri Sun things.
Yeah, all of those.
I was looking into it online, and this is personally just for New York. I'm not sure how the other states go. I think it varies. But the permit is not expensive, and it's very easy if you already have an LLC. Extremely easy. So something like that is another thing you could look into. Older people, maybe not.
You know why I say it's good for older people? Because it's, especially if you're doing it event based or like just season based, it's not something you commit so much time to.
Yeah,
you just make it in your house, you pack it up, and you come in. If you did bad today, you don't have to do it tomorrow.
Yeah,
those people who sell the ices and stuff, or the mangoes on Flatbush.
Yo, my God, the spicy mangoes.
Yeah, and they don't have to do that every day. Like, especially if you're retired and you're relaxing, you don't have to do stuff like that every day. So selling those goods outside, you could even sell your blankets, your quilts, like I said earlier. You can sell all of those outside really quickly.
Flea markets, guys.
Yeah,
you don't need a permit for that.
Who sells flowers.
Yep.
And that's his life. He sells flowers on the street.
Yeah.
Does he have a permit? No. I don't know how, and I was selling for him.
Yep.
How I sell flowers on the street, I don't know. I don't know how I ended up there, but listen, I can make you a great bunch of flowers. But that's not the point. The point is you can sell so much.
Local businesses,
and he buys the flowers from like 34th Street.
Wow. Okay.
He goes to certain places, but a lot of his plants and stuff he buys on 34th Street, because they have a lot of those in that area, especially jewelry too. If you want to buy a lot of jewelry, wholesale. If you want to sell wholesale, I think that's something you were going to mention, right?
Oh, not this one, but yeah.
You can buy them on 28th Street, not 34th, on 28th Street, and that's where he, sells a lot of his stuff.
That's really good to know, especially for people that's into those things. I would say utilize your local businesses, because a lot of people don't know. You could walk into any local business that you're like familiar with, speak to the manager, and they can allow you, like, oh yeah, you can sell outside, or yeah, you can post this outside. Like, when I'm tabling in my neighborhood, I literally utilize every aspect. I'm talking about the Dunkin' Donuts across the street, the nail salon. I put a little flyer in there, like, hey, come out and shop this. Like, you can do all of those things. Like, and you don't even have to do a flyer thing. It can just be simply at your church. Ask them to put up an announcement. Mrs. Jenkins is selling hair nets outside,
the
bonnets, the oils. Check her out.
Yeah.
Something like that is very simple, and I think it's very attainable for anybody of any age.
Yeah.
Utilize who you're with locally, who you know.
I think my last one would be classes. So by the Joann's, which is a fabric store. By the Joann's by me, they have a sewing classes.
Oh yeah.
You can go and do simple classes like these in a lot of these store, like a big fabric store like that. They would love to have sewing classes. I know I see kids often going there and signing up for the sewing classes. If you want to learn something,
teach people.
Yeah, you can teach people, and a lot of times you can rent space, or a lot of there's already spaces or places looking for people with knowledge, to pass along. That's what I meant on the knowledge thing. You can go and sell your knowledge
anywhere.
Yeah, and you can do it on your own schedule. I think that's the most important thing with a lot of these tips. The fact that you can do it on your own schedule, and it's not something you have to do on a daily basis.
When you said that, it rang a bell in my head. My neighbor, actually, He had a piano that he never used.
Yes,
and this guy was retired.
music lessons.
Yes, he literally retired, and he just had the piano sitting there. So he just knocked on the door one day because he know, like, my mom had 5 kids. He was like, if you want to send any of your kids over, I know, if you want to break or something, I could watch them and teach them piano. My mom said, what? Take all of them. Take all of them. Like, $20 a kid. We stayed there for like 3 hours just literally learning the different keys of the piano. Like, that's something you could do if you know an instrument, if you have instruments up in your closet that you don't use no more. Utilize that. People are looking for these skills, and people are also looking for babysitters.
Right, sell your knowledge and expertise.
Yeah.
A lot of people, in terms of babysitters, a lot of people prefer babysitters with knowledge.
Yeah.
With either multiple kids. Just and that nurture look, as bad as it sounds, I know a lot of people selected babysitters because they look way more nurturing.
That's not bad. That's my preference. You can't trust nobody now.
That is very much so true. True. But yeah, like, a lot of people choose babysitters based on, their look. You look more nurturing than this younger person. A lot of times, yes, they will choose the younger person, but if given the opportunity, I see a lot of babysitters tend more to be the older population.
Right.
Mostly females. So if you are an older female and you want some more money on the side, watch somebody's kid.
Yep. Honestly, those are the majority of what I have, but there's so much more hustles that you guys could look into. I just want you guys to really feel that idea of your life not being over. Like, you don't necessarily have to stop what you want to do in your life because you're retired, because your 9 to 5 is over. Because that wasn't only you. You have other passions, other things that you can pursue, things that you're good at, or things that you're already doing as a hobby. You can make money in.
I agree. And even beyond making money, it's just about, staying active and not getting lost in the, okay, I'm retired. That's that.
Yeah.
Definitely keep yourself going, keep your mind busy. And if you make money off of it, that's even better.
Exactly.
It's just more so keeping yourself busy and not feeling like you are done, you are it. Which is really funny because I learned that in class where they're saying at that certain age, a lot of people tend to think, okay, this is what I didn't do in life. A lot that age you start to reflect and think, okay, what are my passions? Is it too late? It's not too late.
It's never
it's
too
really
late.
Not too late.
That's what I worry about with my parents. I don't want them to have regret. Don't ever live your life thinking, oh, I wish I could have done this or I should have done that. Do it. You're alive. Yeah. There's blood pumping through your veins. Your heart is running. Do it.
But you know what? I think that kind of goes back into the mindset of, back in the days, they were just set positions and set roles.
Yeah, so you got to unlearn that.
Right. Our generation and our age, we are more used to thinking outside of the box. We have slowly been breaking down the box. And even sometimes I struggle to think outside of the box.
Yeah.
So imagine someone who was born, 20, 30 years before me, how much they're struggling to think outside of the box because they were told to think a certain way and act a certain way, and this is how your life is going to go.
Yep.
So it's hard, and we completely get that and acknowledge that. But on the same hand, you are living in an age where if you want to learn about the computer, you can.
You can.
It's all about
free classes at the
library. Yeah. There's so many free classes at the library. Don't even get me started about what they offer at the library. They even offer social services at the library now.
Yeah, there's immigration at the library.
Yeah, they put social workers and stuff in libraries.
Yep.
So there's a lot to just go to your local library. Don't let that end. Libraries, they're now far and few because people are not treasuring it as great as it is.
It's because we take for granted all that they offer. I just renewed my library card. I have a new one now, and I love it. You can also get culture passes with the library, so you can get free museum tickets, free
discounted stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all I have to say. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys know anything else that people can do, especially the baby booming generation, please let us know. And we will definitely pass it on to everyone else. And if you are not part of the baby booming generation and we said something that tickles your pickle, please go ahead.
Well, separate from the tickling of the pickle part, for sure, make sure you're always safe when you're doing these.
Yes.
You always want to make sure that you cover your ass, like Belly said. Like, make sure that you know what you're doing if you are taking on this. Not to say that they're too difficult, but some of them do have rules and restrictions.
A lot of risk.
Yeah, so learn that before you get into it. But I think this would be a great tool for you if you're looking for something but you don't want to work.
Yes, legalities.
Yeah.
Just always check the legalities of everything you do before you do it, because the government don't care that you didn't know. They do not care that you know
ignorance is not a defense.
However age, they do not care. They will give you a ticket while nodding their head along like, oh, you didn't know. Well, here's your fine. Have a good day. But on that note, it was great.
Guys.
Yeah. Have a good day, guys.
Hope you enjoyed.
Bye.